Hello producers, it's Özgün here. In this tutorial we will see a drop that I made. I inspired from Ilkay Sencan tracks and it's a slap house track. I didn't copy everything, I just put my own approach to it and I hope you are going to enjoy the walkthrough video. But before the video I have an announcement to make. I finally activated the join in my channel and you can join the channel and choose one of the 3 tiers and you can support me, and in the meantime I'm gonna support you. So if you're ready, let's get into that tutorial. Okay guys, let's listen the track first and then I'm gonna start explaining by channel, track by track. And I hope I won't get lags because you know when the master is on and with the screen capture it's kinda laggy. I consolidate the leads, so I hope it's play without any problems.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right one. Gotta trust a guy, yeah, no matter what happens. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right one. Gotta trust a guy, yeah, no matter what happens.
Okay, that was the drop that I made. So I tried to get close to Ilkay Sencan style, but I add my own perspective to approaching this genre. It's the first time I'm making slap house. It's usually be like 125, but Ilkay Sencan got slower tracks like this, so I wanted to follow and get the vibe of his tracks. So I think I'm really close about the vibe and I hope you are thinking the same too. So let's start with the vocals, guys. It's a splice vocal. There's plenty of processing on it. Let's deactivate it and it sounds like this at normal.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
So I put our vox and like compress it a bit to make it more present, more in your face.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right one.
As you can see, there's slightly becoming upfront when I put the compressor on. And after the compressor, I just get rid of the lows. There's nothing special on it. And then we are using this API equalizer and like I'm boosting the top end and the mids. I didn't touch the lows. So it becoming it more body and present.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right one.
As you can see, the vocals are already EQ'd, but still, I think putting this is making it more pleasant to the ear. But this adding a bit rumbling or like boxiness, which I'm gonna solve it in the end of the chain. Like this slight EQ.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
Even we can just use a bit on here too.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
Like maybe a bit.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long.
I always like to add this little dynamic EQ curves in the end because like to make the vocals more tight. After the API EQ, we have virtual mix rack and I'm only adding several dBs, like less than a 2 dB of air to make it more crisp.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
But when I add this, I got some S problem, so I use some de-essing on it.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
So my aim was to make it sound like a pop vocal. And then I'm using the delay
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
And as you can see, I automated the wetness knob to fill the empty parts of the vocal. Yes, it should be in here. Okay. And I have a reverb like this.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train of thought I'm on, wasn't the right one.
I have the kick all the time because it's a drop, so I had to put some sidechain, but I use it slightly, like half, to not clash with my kick. I rendered end of the phrases and like put it reverse.
Even if I'm on the train I thought I'm on, wasn't the right one. Gotta trust a God, yeah, no matter what happens.
This was the full processing on the vocal. It's not a big deal, but just you have to be creative on the parts that vocal doing nothing. So it's making a track sound more professional. Okay, let's go to kick. Kick contains 3 layers and it sounds like this. This is the main layer. And I layered it with some other kick found on Splice. And I sent them to same channel, like processed together, boosted dips, boosted the sub, and a bit on the top. And I think the body was okay, but the top end wasn't good enough. And I layer and hi-hat.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train I thought I'm on, wasn't the...
So that was the kick and vocals. Let's go to the bass. I have 3 different layers and they contain 4 different sounds. I have a sub. It's just the spire preset. But I cut all the highs. And then, by the way, I have 40% of swing, main swing activated. I wanted to create the groovy swingy feeling. And I think for this genre, this is essential to do. So after the sub, I needed some mid bass and I used some 808 pack on Contact. It sounds like this. This time I cut the lows. And in here, I made 2 of the notes 1 octave up to give it some extra movement. With the sub, they sound like this. And after that, in many tutorials that I watched in this genre was using some serum leads, serum basses for the clicky bass. But I didn't have such presets, so I found these 2 samples from Vengeance's new disco pack. And I just put them to C5. Then write the bass melody. Only difference, the sub and 808 goes 1 octave down, but I decided to make them 1 octave up because like they are samples and they will sound bad in here. So I thought it's okay to put them 1 octave up, and they're processing like this. I put a camel crusher. cut the lows, and more overdrive. And after overdrive, another EQ, because like every saturation plugin creates some more low end. That's why you need to get rid of if you don't want any low end in your subs parts. And I put some transient shaper and give it more attack and less sustain to make it more tight and punchy. And lastly, I put S1 imager to make the bass more narrow, to not clash with my other elements in the track. They sound like this with the kick. So for the claps, I used 3 different layers. And I put them same channel. Cut the super highs and the lows. And some OTT. Let's go check other drums. I have this hi-hat sample. Really simple drums. And to keep the things interesting, we have some steps, like brass steps. This is from Avenger. And I layered it with some cashmere ones. And we have the reverse versions of them. They are processing in a same channel with Camel Crusher, some EQ, some reverb, and like 10 milliseconds of stereo delay to make them more white. And I wanted to make them silent, but at the same time I wanted to make them hearable. So making them white like this, like a Haas effect, is a really wise thing to do on this kind of sounds. And then let's go to the leads. I rendered it because of the CPU problems, but let's mute the rendered one and activate the old ones. It's only one preset for the leads. It's from freebie pack from Zenworld. It sounds like this. By the way, as you can see, the notes, the MIDI rhythm is same as my bass. So I put the bass notes and then try to make something good, something pleasant. And I just tried some variations and finally decided to use this melody. And for the processing, let's see what do we have. I have a sidechain reverb, like usual. And I have a Camel Crusher and some EQ. And I have this to give it more body and make it more tight. It makes a huge difference, really good plugin. And I have Fruity Delay 3 to give it a movement. And the main trick is the track spacer in here, because it's like the vocals and the leads are playing together since it's a drop. So we needed to separate them. You need to decide which one do you want it to more pleasant. It's mostly the vocal, right? So you need to put the track spacer to the leads channel then and send your vocals like this. And in the plugin, go to gear, processing, and in the sidechain, just choose Vox. So this plugin is going to dip the frequencies if they are clashing with the vocals. When vocals are playing, it will dip the same frequencies from the leads to separate them. So that's here, and you don't need to use it too much, like 6 or 7% is enough.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right one. Gotta trust the gut, yeah, no matter what happens. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long.
And this trick is really good to separate some vocal or two different instruments from each other. And in the second part, I have some serum plug that I find this preset from Splice. It's the same processing as previous leads, just slightly different EQs, and it has some white stereo widening. So let's mute them again because we have a rendered version for it.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
But I think I need to render them when the vocal is on, because if I render it like this, the track spacer plugin will not work. So probably it's good to render this like this. Let's try and see.
It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it.
Yes, I think it sounds more natural now. So let's go on, check the other elements in the track. I have some little like noises, like some fills. And for the fills, let's go to the fills. For the fills, I have several layers. They sound like this together. So let's see. One is this. One is this. But I processed them a bit. Just EQ like this. Yes, and they all sound like this. And I have a reverse crash, normal crash. I have an exhaust, and I have this white noise. So all I did was cut the sample's ending and make it long. And with a volume automation, I dip it. So it's going down in terms of volume in the drop. And I have some distortion, some compression, and some EQ like this. I think this is the Medic's chain to making his noises. And it's separated. So with the kick, the FX sounds like this.
Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right one. Gotta trust the gut, yeah, no matter what happens. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right one. Gotta trust the gut, yeah, no matter what happens.
Sorry for the CPU problems, guys, really. because of the master chain, and I think we are ready to check the master chain. So first of all, I put an EQ, and the track was E minor, so I dipped the E because there's always some resonating frequencies in there. If you dip that part, the sound is gonna be more clean. So in the sides, I cut till 150, so my low end is completely mono. And I put it to -6 decibels because my mixdown was too loud. With this, I have enough headroom to more processing and maximizing and compressing. So the second thing, I put a glue. This is the preset that I'm using. I'm using a bit late attack. So my kick is like punching through the mix and then the compressor starts. So release is really fast. That's why you get the pumping effect on it. It sounds like this with on and off. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right way. Gotta trust the guy, yeah, no matter what happens. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. You can clearly see the glue, how glue make everything more tight, more glued together, and sounds like a one sound. So that's really good. And after that, I realized my mixdown is lacking of some of the highs. Like it was not that present that I want to hear. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Like in the 5K area, I have really less sounds, and it's a problem that I must fix in the mixdown. But since I'm too lazy to go back to mix and fix it, I put T-Rex and I boost the top end like this with this compressor. So you won't believe the difference with and without it. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right way. Gotta trust the guy, yeah, no matter what happens. And you see, it's just feeling the right frequency that I'm lacking of. It's perfect. So I thought that was okay. So go to the maximizing the track. And for the maximization, I just go to the modern loud preset. It's a more punchy preset. It's attacking really late and releasing fast. So you get a really boomy track with it. And that was my aim. So I boosted like 5 decibels and that's all. And also I choose true peak limiting to be safe. When I put this on some streaming platforms, it's gonna sound almost as I hear in my track, in my project. That's why you need to use true peak limiting when you are maximizing a track. So with this, I hope there won't be too many lags, but it sounds like this in the end. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right way. Gotta trust the guy, yeah, no matter what happens. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, just remember I need it. Even if I'm on the train, I thought I'm always in the right way. Gotta trust the guy, yeah, no matter what happens. And yeah guys, it was my approach to making a slap house. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed while I'm making the track. It was really nice experience to me, and in the future I wanted to make more of this. So please let me know what you think about it. And thanks for watching guys today. That was it. See you on the next video. Bye bye.